Do you guys remember when Obi-Wan said he hates flying? The reason he hates flying is rooted to something that happened way before Anakin came to the scene, while Obi-Wan was still a Padawan with Qui-Gon Jinn. As part of that relationship, Qui-Gon taught Obi-Wan everything he wanted to know about flying, since Obi-Wan actually loved flying. Qui-Gon says that Obi-Wan could fly anything and loved to learn about every single different type of ship. Basically, think of the scene in The Phantom Menace where little Annie is doing spins and he's so happy and catching on to the ship really quick. That's pretty much how Obi-Wan was. Extremely excited about flying. He was always asking questions about the ships that they were in and soaking it all up. Obi-Wan even learned to love riding animals like the Varactals at a young age because of the Force connection that is required. Riding those animals didn't turn out so well for him though, since we all saw what happened to him during Order 66. Indeed, Obi-Wan showed great promise as a pilot, so what happened? Well, it's actually not a whole lot different than something that happened to Anakin in The Phantom Menace. During an assault on a ship owned by the Zerker Corporation, which was full of slaves, Obi-Wan flew his small fighter into the much larger Zerker ship. Once inside, it was up to him to pull off his part of the plot, while Qui-Gon negotiated with the captain of the ship. Obi-Wan's ship had different plans though, since when Obi-Wan tried to get out, his ship either malfunctioned or something, because the droid autopilot took over and Obi-Wan totally lost control. The ship blasted him full speed through the ship's corridors, knocking through the enemy, banging against the bulkheads and walls. Obi-Wan screamed with fright, doing everything he could to regain control of the ship, but the autopilot was totally unresponsive. It's unclear how long this took place in the book, but it seems like it wasn't a 15-second thing, but was actually more than a few minutes, like being on an out-of-control roller coaster with no end in sight. Meanwhile, Qui-Gon and Rael Averross are still trying to force the surrender of the ship's captain, wondering where Obi-Wan is. The captain flat out refuses and turns to leave when boom, Obi-Wan's ship bursts onto the bridge, knocks over consoles, chairs, people, and disables the ship entirely. Obi-Wan's fighter crashes to the ground, and the cockpit pops open, and Obi-Wan jumps out to see the hollow of his master looking back at him. Obi-Wan can only say this: "Would you believe it if I told you that I meant to do that?" Despite the joke though, Obi-Wan was completely traumatized from that moment on, and said that he would never fly again. So the whole experience gives us the backstory we've always wanted.